I like the dog in the back. Wait, are you doing it? Oh yeah. Okay. Oh my god, we're gonna be shown through the reflection of the camera. I mean, like the door. I think it's okay. How is this? It came down. It's like, came down. Yeah. Mid-October, end of October. You should buy one of these. The erotic revolution. Sex and hypnosis. When passion reigns. Kama Sutra workout. I don't know about that one. Naughty Knots. A lover's guide to the Kama Sutra. How to give a mind-blowing BJ. How to be gay. What?
No, what?
Nope, you
Because
do
they're
that.
exactly the same.
There's also a Natasha. I got them confused, sorry.
If I wasn't wearing like ugly colorful ones, it wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So, okay, so if you look at, like, if you see this, if it just even angles slightly down, it'll do better. It just, yeah, it's kind of, so you want it to be just like if a client came in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I would, hi, welcome to Darling Way. I'm so glad you're here, and I don't know if you know anything about us, but I want to make sure you've got some idea, because this is a different kind of store, and I don't like to catch people just totally by surprise, because without context, we don't know. But I used to be a divorce attorney, and I realized that it was, even when the divorce is the right thing to do, it just sucks. So it was unpleasant and unhappy, and I realized I prefer happy. So I flip now, and I try and help people stay together through love, passion, romance, and learning all the things that nobody ever taught us. I think that the right attitude is key, right? The right attitude being warm, being authentic, being vulnerable, and being sincere. Sincere, wholehearted, sincere. How can you, who wants
That's the new one on me.
No, who knows how to, like, who wants to give a flirtatious handshake, or who wants to receive a flirtatious handshake? Okay, I'm gonna let you go, because Okay. I'm gonna make you. Okay, so it'd just be like this, and I would go, oh,
okay.
it's so good to
I've
see
seen that
you,
before,
right?
but yeah.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
Two hand, and
Makes
I
it
could
more
just,
comfortable.
I could just stroke it just one time. I wouldn't do it. I mean, once. But no.
What's happening?
Yeah. Well, that would be if I really knew him and I really wanted to flirt, right? But just the one time could be like that, right? Okay, but Michael, you come. So if because as a man you would do it, but show me how you would give me a flirtatious, right? And so it's funny because what he did, and I don't know if y'all can tell. So, okay, so do
Just a light touch.
light. Because what happens if a man like that's a whole different, that's a power thing. If
Yeah,
you
this
put
is-
your hand as
this-
like I did to him,
Yeah.
right, that would be too much. But he just did this very light, so I just felt like safe, but I felt there's more, right? He's giving me a little bit extra, and he wants to touch me.
I slipped
But,
in a conversation where I was having
oh,
my party
flirtatious
and
handshake.
said, hey, why don't you stop by?
Again, so you just put the onus on him. If you're being courageous, if you're being confident, you'd say, I would love for you to come. It would mean a lot to me. I don't have a date. This might not be a great date situation, but it would mean a lot to me if you would come. Maybe we could have a date another time. Right? Right? But wouldn't you'd be either flattered or it would give you an exact time to say, hey, thanks, I really like you, but probably not, but you really deserve blah, 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 or, you can X out of it, and then he's clear. And again, then you're not doing this awkward dance, you're moving on to somebody else, right? It's so much easier for all of us if we're clear and we're kind and we're respectful and honest. And really, even if he's not into you, he'll be flattered, because all of us are flattered when somebody
But didn't
is
we
nice.
say earlier this evening that flattery is fake?
No, okay,
No, no.
but I don't mean in this. He'll take it as a compliment.
Honored.
He'll be honored. He'll be pleased. It will feel good. Because if you want a woman to be in charge of that relationship, then you want to recognize and give her that power and stuff, just like I did. And you could just say, but in a more, it could be like, oh, if you'd like me to escort you to the symphony sometime, or if you'd like to have a date, to go with you to use those tickets to the ballet sometime, I would be so honored to be your escort. Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But it's just hard. You shouldn't be embarrassed. It's just hard because we've been taught to be so like, I don't freaking care what you think, but we do, and that's totally okay.
Trying not to care is really hard.
It's so silly, right? It's so silly. So just admit it.
I'm just trying to think of a way I can phrase it that would feel really good and still convey
Bold.
it. Like, I'm going to say yes.
Without being strong?
I'm going to say yes when you ask me out.
When you asked me out, you just changed it too,
Yeah,
right?
that was good. Yeah.
I know,
That was
but
good. No.
but you also still took control of it, didn't you? Right?
Yeah.
It's the vulnerability
Yeah, the vulnerability.
that you struggle
That's the
with.
risk I was just
Yeah.
talking about a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know what's going on between me and you.
So how does that
So
feel?
why don't you dominate already and do the hard thing?
Ooh.
Take charge. Like,
Right.
grow some.
Why I'm so single.
Ooh.
Nice way. Because I like to see them.
Is there a nice way?
You actually
Wait,
have balls.
is there a nice way to say that? And I'm sorry, but let's just be clear. I don't know if y'all have heard this, but that's the biggest fallacy, right? Because what's the weakest part of a male body?
Yeah.
No.
It's the balls.
It's a figurative.
If we want to be, I know, but it's a shameful one. So, and I care
It's a
about
shameful
what.
one?
Yeah, balls and stuff are weak. If you want to be strong, you should be a pussy. Pussies are really strong. They
Okay.
totally expand. They birth children. They give life. I'm here. I don't even drink, but I like to be with my friends.
Now his side, that shyness he's talking about earlier is kicking in.
Ah,
Need a few beers?
no,
No, that's a bad idea.
it's a bad.
That's a
No, because then you're less.
Gotcha.
You're not your best self. And why would I think about it. If somebody's attracted to your 4 beers in kind of self, then what are they going to do with your real self and stuff? And
Gotcha, 'cause
you
you're not
want
being your real self. You're
right. You want them to remember this, and you want to be seen for who you are, right? If I don't think you're attractive off the bat, If I'm not interested, you don't want me. You've got other options. You are handsome, you are smart, you have a sense of humor, you have light in your eyes. See, look at the way I can just flirt with him like that, right? And it's all absolutely true. And it's true. And you really have a great smile. You should lead with that smile. Yes. You know?
All right. Well, all right. So, let's, all right. So,
What do I do?
all right. Let's do this.
Okay. So we're busy talking. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome.
Okay.
Cool. Hey.
Excuse me. How you doing?
Good.
May I get you something to drink?
Thanks. I've got one, but I appreciate it.
So, wait, are you with friends too, or?
Yeah.
by
Yeah, we're
yourself?
here. No, we're here.
It's us.
How you doing? What are you doing
Everyone's-
tonight? Are you celebrating anything special?
Oh, just dancing the night away.
Dancing the night away.
Yeah,
May I take you out to
blast.
dance?
Oh, yes, you may.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go dance.
There you go. See? Yes. I like that. It's burnt out, so
Okay.
we're in the. Oh my God! You got totally dressed up.
So I was.
Oh, that was so nice.
Well,
You look very.
coveralls, you know.
You look so handsome. Steven, this is my.
Hello.
Hello, Mom. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I said she got all dressed up too, but she
Yeah.
goes to class like this. I was like, I never went to college
I did
classes.
it for the occasion. I did it for the occasion.
You know, it's not the first time I've been on a video for something, so.
Okay. Well, I don't want.
Yeah, we just want you to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
There will be a point where I say stop, and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll totally understand you.
Yeah.
I also
'cause-
have no problem saying it, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Perfect. So, but you know, in all seriousness, I truly, to be honest with my dreams, right, I really do want to be sort of Dr. Ruth meets Oprah kind of thing. So this could be the, this was when, right, the before and stuff. But
I'm happy to be a part of it.
I know,
Take it
I
as kind of
know.
what you're planning on.
I do appreciate that. I really do, because
Like I said, I like what
it's-
you're doing, and kind of needs to be done.
it does, right? I just, I'm shocked. And I'm shocked how many people are terrified of just talking about it or thinking about it or diving into it. And it's funny because I think in some ways, sometimes the more successful we are professionally and stuff, the more reluctant we are to admit that we're sort of at a different
Missing
level.
something and something else.
Right.
And I was always a friend of mine used to
Right.
mention about if you go with the archetypes of Freud, you've got the warrior, you've got the magician, you've got the lover, and then there was the king.
Uh-huh.
And there's always like the back facings of those. But the thing is, if you don't have all of them, you're not a complete person. If you've never really had the lover, it's like I have probably had, I can name on my hand every woman I've slept with and how many relationships I've had. But magician-wise, like, I don't pull a bunny out of a hat. I mean, I do a hat trick with Excel that will blow most people away because it's partial factorial testing. And it's like, what the hell does that? But the one thing I've always had the most difficulty is just relationships. Within
Yeah.
the past decade, it's been the only time I've actually really got opened up enough to really feel like I actually want a relationship, or I should say, always wanted them, never had them, and didn't have the tools in order to make them a decent one.
Right.
And even now, I'm still having a shit ton of problems.
But nobody teaches us this, right? Like you probably, some people might figure out factoids and Excel and stuff all by themselves. But the fact is we usually get some training for all sorts of different things. We learn how to write. We learn how to do basic math. We go through educational stuff. We learn how to sort of socialize a little bit in crowds, but not very, to some degree. But then it stops. We learn just the basics of anatomy when it comes to, put tab A and tab B. That's it. Nobody teaches us about intimacy. Everybody says, oh, love, love, love. It's the most important thing. All you need is love. The world needs more love. And then nobody tells us how to actually love.
Say, if personally, school, like elementary school, middle school, like high school, I was always the fat kid, introvert, and always stayed home, played video games, read books, and my view of love was the Count of Monte Cristo / not very pleasant, to be honest, looking back on it. It's like, that's not really how you have a relationship. And I never looked to my parents for it because their relationship was, to be honest, was and still is a little dysfunctional. it works as a cohabitation now, and I don't really feel like there's been much romantic love there since before I was born.
But hold on for just a second before,
Okay.
if it's okay.
Yeah, all right.
Because this relationship that you just talked about. So you told me a couple of things right there. You said it was always chaos. You say you keep finding relationships where they're the ones that let go of you. And that you're not very good at letting go. Right? And I'm thinking, so I don't know, your parents' relationship chaos?
No.
Opposite. Okay, so quiet.
I mean, very quiet. Dad went out, he
Very
did his
quiet.
work, and he came back home usually a little tipsy, but not all the time.
Okay.
Stock market went up and down. Like, things changed a lot.
Mm-hmm. But still, so somehow, because sometimes we do sort of the same, or we react and we do opposite.
Oh, I completely went the
Right.
opposite.
You went the opposite. Right.
I mean, I usually call him probably her other nicknames the chaos dildo of my life.
Okay. But you can see, but in one sense, your parents want their relationship to work out, or they want something from it, or they would have left. And so they don't. And then you either pick people who end, or people that you want but necessarily can't have, or have chaos and stuff. But instead of, you're a handsome guy, you've got a job, you've got finances, you've got a great accent, you've got all of these things going for you, lots of different interests. So there's something that's prevented you from finding somebody who really wants to be with you and a long-term relationship. And I would say it's probably somehow you, even if it's just your picker.
Well, it still comes down to, it's like the only common denominator here is me.
Yes.
I'm not blameless in this.
No, and it's not about blame. It's just about repeating
I will replace
patterns. Yeah. And so, sorry, if it's okay, have you got lots? How much? And then, because you can't be Elton John without some cool shades. Hello. Certainly you've heard of my song Rocket Man. Paparazzi, they follow me everywhere. What can I do?
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
You're cute that way. I like that. I don't know how to strike a pose. How does Elton John? Thank you. Awesome. Oh, there's Reed. They're like, you're MacGyver. I was like, I'm MacGyver. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I'm
Very
Elton
nice.
John.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Thank you. Who'd like to serve. And so one of the things that's a fun way for a lot of them to serve is through foot massage. So even though I'm not a dominant romantically or anything, I can go to some parties and just go sit, and there'll just be two guys rubbing on my feet, and I'm as happy as can be, and they're as happy as can be because they're making me happy, and it's just everybody wins.
What was the starting point? I'm not like a super dominant person, but I've never like started off on some girl's feet before. But like, I feel like I'm like a.
Well, it's sort of.
I don't know what the categories are, like sub dom or like all this other stuff.
Well, so I break it down into. I think some people are.
But I'm down.
Well, there's
for it.
always
don't get me wrong,
right.
like I'm not against it. Like,
Right.
If you want, like if you say, hey, get down in there, I'm like, yeah, it feels great. Like I'll get in there. Like I get pedicures and manicures. I love it.
That's awesome.
Are you cold?
But yeah, so there are some men that are just naturally more submissive, or Just like romantically, some women are more submissive, and some people just are anywhere along the lines of power. But this is my power workshop. You need to come sometime. Oh.
Sorry about it.
That's okay. Thank you. Okay. Hey, Vita, how are you? Good to see you. I'm sorry that you struggled.
Oh, no, it's okay. Totally my fault.
Sorry. This is Sunny, Jason, and Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, nice to meet you.
I give it a hug. I love that to death.
Yeah, I have to tell you too about what I've been like mulling over now. Like the same thing you're thinking you've got, I'm like, oh my God, I must have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know, but I just decided
knows.
I do. Okay,
She
well, I
knows.
didn't, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
She knows everything about
There's
me.
more meat and stuff, so eat.
We're full. She's gonna eat some more.
Okay, here, I just covered everything, so if you figure out there's something for drinks and straighten up with me at some point, that would be great. Super cute. Tights or leggings, I just realized. I like those. All right, and then
Yeah, is there drinks on there?
everything, yeah. So I got the food, so it's just the drinks though.
Sure.
And we can do Venmo or whatever, so. What?
Like Zell.
Do you have Zelle?
No?
What do you have?
Venmo?
Venmo? You have Venmo? I can do this and you can do that. Perfect. How much are the drinks?
Perfect.
13 a piece?
There you go. All right.
We got it. We're
You got
gonna
it. Okay,
Venmo
good.
you in just a minute and we'll do that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But you should finish the food or somebody should like take some. Sunny, you should eat something. It's a 3-hour opera. Yum.
So good.
Ah,
You'll be surprised. I did that. Exactly the same thing.
Last four digits of your phone number.
2039. Wow, why do you have to do that? That's interesting.
Probably because it's the first time I've sent it to you.
Oh, cool.
That's a good way to make sure I didn't pick the wrong, like John Smith or something.
That I'm glad there's, because I keep thinking I'm going to send it. Just, I don't know, this whole, my kids think Venmo and everything, it's so easy. I just am like, wait. So, all right, you guys have tickets?
Yes, the snapshot or something. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Where's the restroom?
Excuse me, are y'all going to the opera?
No.
Would you like tickets to the opera free?
No, we're going to. Cougars. Not bad.
I think he means me, right?
Cougar.
Takes on a whole new meaning. Excuse me if I may. Thank you.
How many do you have?
2 extra free tickets.
Oh gosh.
I know. Said I don't like waste. Okay, but I'm old, so can you lift it up so you don't get my underchin? Thank you.
Okay, I'll do one lift up this
Thank you, you're awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You know, it's hard being with them.
Oh, I
It's
see.
just,
Here.
yeah. Enjoy.
Well,
Is it good?
well,
No?
hold on. I like this one.
It's not my best, but okay. I should have brought a vibrator, but I did not. Oops, sorry, that one fell.
I got that part on audio. Your Halloween candy?
Yes, that's all that's left. Really? I've not gone to the store because then I'll buy like the sale Halloween candy. But,
my God, you put all of that in your purse?
Pretty impressive, right?
I'll feel so powerful. It's like it's time to go.
I know, get inside.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a job.
Are you?
I actually.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you.
You look like you were just born for the opera, or the theater, or the ballet. So, did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
You're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
She thinks she has a life, you know? College students. All right, bye, sweetheart. Thank you. I'm so glad you just
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. It's awesome. Are you coming?
Very nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.